Welcome to SRPG Plus, it's your guy Kappa Kai. I wanted to do a full collection video on my current handhelds. So that's including my Game Boy Color, my Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Macro, PSP, pretty much like an emulation system, and some like box games, some loose carts, and some R4. So yeah, let's let's get into it. So let's first go with the BitBoy. I've shown this in an earlier video, and it's cool. Like it actually really got me back into Game Boy games. This was like the first thing I got before I started rebuying like the games I used to have when I was a kid, and some new ones. I even got like an international game. It's the first time I've had one of those. Yeah, and I like the buttons. It might be dead. Like I don't. Oh, okay. It's got some juice. Yeah, Pocket Go. And I pretty much just have Game Boy games on mine, and a lot of these I do have. So if you're one of those people who say, "Oh, you can't have those," I mean, like a lot of those I actually bought and have had. So shut up. And you gotta like safely power it off software-wise before you turn it off on the button again. Otherwise, it's gonna corrupt the file. It's kind of like a common thing with all these emulation systems and stuff like that. Pretty cool though. All right. Next, we'll go with Game Boy Color. Had this bad boy for a little bit. Pretty dope. Like I really like having it. I also changed the buttons. I forgot to order a yellow membrane for the Start and Select, but that's actually on the way. I got like another project I'm gonna do, pretty much a shell swap for the next console I'm gonna show, and I ordered this yellow membrane to kind of complete this mod with the blue on yellow, with the yellow on the blue. Really like it. It's backlit with TFT drop-in, and yeah, it's cool. Pretty bright. Got the controls as well to dim it or like leave it on its brightest. Yeah, pretty cool, and it actually goes right on the IR, like the IR sensor, I believe it is. And yeah, it came in great condition. I think I only need a sticker right there. Like it came with the original backing. Let me put a game in so it doesn't look so bare. Pretty much what I've been playing the most. Sounds better. But yeah, this Game Boy Color, pretty dope. Really glad to have added it to my collection. It's been a long time since I've had one, so very cool. Yeah, so many consoles. I gotta find where I'm gonna put them. Next, we'll go with one of the oldies, one of the first mods done on the channel. So this is a Game Boy Macro. So it's essentially a DS Lite. But I actually took off the touch screen and the digitizer to add the glass screen lens from Boxy Pixel. And it's nice because it kind of gives like the console name right there, Game Boy Macro. Because it's basically a play on the Game Boy Micro, which is the really small one that's like this big. And like, yeah, it's probably like this size. Very small. Better than the Game Gear Micro though. And has a blue LED. Yeah, works great. Great for Game Boy Advance games, and the screen looks great, especially with the glass screen lens, not grass. And then shoulder buttons. We took off the X and Y with this mod. Boxy Pixel has this great metal faceplate, and it's actually pretty cold when you pick it up in the morning too. It's kind of like a wake up. And has the speakers actually where the cartridge slot is. I wish that when I got this, it wasn't like this, but I bought it on eBay like this, and then I did the shell swap of the back and the front myself and changed the screen lens myself. And then here's the back. Like originally, it was a red macro, nothing like this. Looked way uglier, but it looked okay. And I just wanted to go with the all black to match this bad boy. So here's the macro. Alright, and I've been playing this guy like crazy. Game Boy Advance, except as you can kind of tell with the trimmed plastic, it's been modded. And trimming the inside of the shell is so hard, and this is an original shell, so I feel really bad. I bought it off eBay and I liked the pink, so I wanted to do it to the pink, but I pretty much just ruined a shell for nothing. But I'm still gonna keep it. Still probably gonna put another Game Boy in it, maybe when I try another mod, because I can kind of try to fix it up. But yeah, I even have a bracket in that came from Retro Modding, and it still does not want to ever work. Kind of want to show you that. Yeah, right there you can see. You can kind of see the, or maybe I took the bracket out, because in and out it never really made a difference. But you can kind of see the Retro Modding like logo right there. So that's the screen, the I'm sorry, the GBA IPS version 2 LCD mod. A mouthful, I know. And then this, I got this off eBay with a charge, like a really old school Game Boy Advance charger for this. Not really that cool. I don't even think I use it. I just would rather use batteries. And I actually got this off of eBay, so it matches it pretty well. Not the original, but it does the trick. It's kind of hard to put back in while I'm not looking at it correctly. 1 second. And did I even put these? Yeah, I put them in the right way. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and then let's power it on. I've been playing, and yeah, sounds great, looks great. Been playing a lot of Fire Emblem on here, and that's the 6th one that was originally in Japan. But if you want to, yeah, sounds pretty good. I haven't done any audio mods. I have gotten an amp for my Game Boy Color, but I haven't done anything with that. All I did was backlight this, and it looks amazing. And this isn't even the brightest. It's probably getting really washed on screen, but looks so good in person. And then you can dim it too. Yeah, and this is the one with Roy. Never came to America. I've played this mod a few times, so I wanted to actually buy it physically. And some people go like, why don't you get an Easy Flash? It's like, because that's $100, and I like the novelty of someone pretty much making like a fake game and actually putting it on a cartridge. I feel like that's really cool. And you kind of lose out on that when you don't. When you just put them all on like something like the BitBoy, like one of these, like, it's not the same. And even if I had an Easy Flash, I probably wouldn't use it because I like putting in individual cartridges. It reminds me of like when I was a kid and those are the only games I had, you know, like I limit myself to all I can play. So here's the GBA, and then here's that card. And next, we're gonna go a little bit to the future. PSP. And I bought this at a local a retro game store that was in Minneapolis. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I would plug the guy because he was pretty cool, and I bought the PSP and like 2 games there, I believe. And it works great. And the person who had it before me, they had downloaded on their memory card Persona 3 Portable and Monster Hunter Portable. So that was really cool because I'm a fan of both those franchises. And I deleted the rest. And some of the games, like he had save progress for some of the games I was actually I bought later and played. So that was pretty cool. So here's the PSP. It's in pretty good condition for being so old. And that's what you'll see with a lot of these consoles. Like, a lot of people took really good care of them. So when you get them now, it's like you're playing it back on release. So I really like this. I also have this modded so I can play some other consoles. Like I put GBA on it, and I was actually started playing Fire Emblem 6 on this before I bought a Game Boy Advance. But I really prefer playing with the original buttons. I'd rather play PlayStation games on this, not Nintendo games. And it's dead. Otherwise, I would have shown you guys what I have on there and everything. I have a disc. What game do I got in here? Okay, last game I was playing was Joan of Arc. Very good game from level 5. UMD is really cool. Yeah. All right, we're almost done with the handheld. So this is the original 3DS that my brother had on launch, and we played this like crazy. Played Awakening on it, like a lot of stuff. This was probably around like the end of high school for me when I was playing 3DS like crazy. Yeah, I skipped the Wii U, wasn't playing PS3 or PS4 when it came out, or Xbox 360 or One. I was only playing League of Legends and 3DS at the time, and it held me over well. And this took a beating. It was broken for a while, but then I just replaced the battery, and I found out that was the only thing wrong with it. You know it's an original 3DS when it takes this long to power on. Ooh, ooh. Oh, there we go. I may have done something with the SD card, but yeah. So it works fine. After it being like a launch system, I like that. Yeah. But I really don't play on it anymore. I may like try to fix it up a little bit. Like this came off, and I had to put it back on, so it's kind of like you can kind of see how like off it is, and this like part of the bezel or whatever on the bottom screen's kind of off. So I might have to like refurb that or something for a video. Yeah, it's in great condition though. It really did take a beating, and I need to get Fire Emblem Awakening again, like my favorite 3DS game. And this is the guy I play on. I bought this from what was the store? Level Up Gaming in South St. Paul. They closed recently, which is really sad. I actually bought a PS3 there and a bunch of PS3 games, like when they were liquidating. Got it for a great deal. And yeah, it was a special edition one. I think I got it like $50 or something, $40 to $50, and I had store credit there, so it was probably cheaper. And I like it. It's a really good system. I never had the XL back when the 3DS was originally out. Well, that's not true. I did have a 2DS XL, but I don't have that anymore. And I play a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics A2 on here. I mainly play a lot of DS games on this, especially with with my macro. I really don't play on a DS Lite or anything. I like playing DS games on this. It's really fun having that like extra screen size and having an analog. It's really cool. All right, let me power this off. All right, so that's all the handheld consoles. Now I'm gonna just go into some games I have in box. So we're gonna start with Tactics Ogre. Let Us Clean Together. SRPG Plus. You already know the deal. So we got the manual. And this I actually bought off Amazon, I believe, because I went to a game store, and I went to actually like 3 trying to find it, but they didn't have it. So I just got like Final Fantasy Tactics, called it a day, and just waited for this to come. So yeah, UMD games, really cool concept. I don't know if people like them too much. I remember people hated them back in the day. I was one of the bad kids who used modded PSPs with my older brother, so I didn't really ever see a UMD until I was much older. Like, I may have seen a movie here or there, but nah, like I did not play with those. He may have had like one game, and then the rest was modded. Oh, it was like Breath of Fire 3, Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Lions, like my favorite games on PSP. We played most of those like the naughty way. So there's one game. And then you already saw this was the last thing in my PSP. And I did not get the I got this loose at that game store I first got the PSP at. So then I ordered the case and the manuals and stuff and all the filler stuff inside off eBay, and it came in great condition. Says great condition and then goes through, and it's kind of like the pages are sticking together, but hey, at least I got the manual and it's not too beat up. And I really like the art. Level 5, one of the goats in RPGs, and this is an SRPG. Really, really good. I can't believe I did not play this when I was younger. Like, you can see kind of the cutscenes in game right there. That's what it looks like battling. Really cool concept, and it's kind of based on like it's kind of like a video game fictionalized of like someone in history. There's a bunch of like religious undertones that are kind of explained with like magic and RPG and fantasy stuff. So it's a really cool game. Running out of space to put this stuff when I'm trying to go on to the next. I gotta get rid of that. I hate how these look like GameStop stickers. I did not get this from GameStop, but got it from like the Edina Southdale Mall. So yeah, Minnesota based channel. Ivalice Alliance. Tier. I miss you guys so much. Like I miss having all those Ivalice games. Still need to get the inside for this. Always came later. This is my favorite game of all time, so I had to get it again. I had to. Favorite game ever. Ramza, Delita, Agrius, Mustadio, like such a good cast of characters. And I also got this when I picked up my PSP. I played this back in the day with my older brother. We actually played the international version. Well, like it came out like 1 or 2 years before, so I played this like crazy, like for a long time before it even came stateside. Very cool. I love the art. Like I believe like this art is like Tetsuya Nomura art. It looks like Jin from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, kind of that face and everything. Man, I love the city. I love Square. Great game. The most recent one on the PS4, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. My brother said it's alright, but I'm not buying that. Even if it's like $10, I don't really want to play that on my PS4. Yo, play Final Fantasy VII Remake, then come talk to me about this game. Especially because some of the stuff that's in this game. So, this is our boy Zach from Crisis Core. He's in the original. And his whole story, his life is kind of further explained in that game. Alright. Crisis Core. Great game. And he's such a cool character. I actually like him way more than Cloud. Like, this is the original wielder of Cloud Sword, the Buster Sword. It was passed down to Zack, and Zack passed it down to Cloud. I hope that's not too many spoilers for you. But you never know with YouTube nowadays. Alright, one of my favorite franchises. There you go, Level Up Games. I wish there wasn't so many stickers on these games. I gotta find a way to safely remove it. I think isopropyl works well on this material, and then just getting rid of the sticker residue. So yeah, this was on the DS. Very good. I'm still waiting desperately for another Final Fantasy Tactics. You'll see this loose. The game is a loose card in like my pile of games that I'm about to show. So many good memories from this franchise, especially the original. And I'm one of those people that prefer the PSP version of Final Fantasy Tactics because of all the bonus characters. Come on, man, like too fire. Alright, so now let's get to another DS game, Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm sorry. I wish that was Final Fantasy Tactics 3. Final Fantasy 3. This is my favorite traditional Final Fantasy. I like the DS version, obviously, because it's a remake with better graphics, has cutscenes, a lot of really cool models and things like that, so I really enjoy this version. Yeah, really cool. Need to get some inserts. And I really love the simplistic square, like, Final Fantasy logos. I really love that, like, classic art. Very cool. It's pretty much like a part of gaming history. Alright, now we're going to get to the 3DS games. Oh god, what's in here? Oh, another... So, it didn't even deserve its own home. So, one of the Pokemon games. This is actually Diesel's. He let me borrow it, and Still haven't gave it back. I haven't like really played it. It's just whenever I see him, it's not on the top of my mind to return his Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. There we go. And so Yokai Watch. I got this from Level Up. It was when they were liquidating. I got this game for like $3. I was like, yeah, that's the perfect price for that. Look, it's a Kappa. So anyone who's wondering what Kappa Kai means, it's based on this type of Kappa, not like the Twitch chat Kappa. Yeah, Yokai Watch. Cool game for like $3. It's pretty much level 5. There they go. It's pretty much their edition of Pokemon. Pretty cool franchise. I'll pick up Yokai Watch 4 when it comes to Switch. The graphics look great, but we need to get the game first. A classic Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. Got this around. No, this is not the launch version me and my brother played. I picked this up later. He had his own version, so he gave me, basically handed down the 3DS when he got another one for his birthday. I got my own version of this. I had so many other 3DS games, and I sold them to my friends before going to college. I regret that so much because now I'm going to just end up rebuying them. But yeah, here we go. Ocarina of Time 3D. I also have the original Ocarina of Time on N64, but it's tucked away somewhere. Very good game. My favorite thing, other than like the story and the combat, is like running around and collecting the masks that really don't do anything like Majora's Mask do. But I really always loved like running around and completing all the side quests to get the mask as a kid, like the Keaton mask. Like I need to get all that. All right, now we're gonna get into a wave of hardcore RPGs. So I copped this from Level Up like a little bit before they closed, and this is Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. So I actually, when this game came out, I was in college, and I took the bus to a GameStop that I pre-ordered it at, and yeah, that was the first time I even went over like that area. Like I went to college in Duluth, like for a year, and yeah, Fire Emblem Conquest, great game. But I never, it's way harder than Birthright, but I never played this one at launch. I only bought one version. And my brother was getting this one, and I got the other one. Now, if I knew this one was way harder, I would have got that one, because I'm a true Fire Emblem fan, and I actually like the classes in here better. It's more traditional Fire Emblem. I like what they did with the classes in Birthright, but I'm a sucker for the classics. Embrace the dark. So this game was really cool because they kind of tried to do a Pokemon thing. That's not why it was cool. It's kind of how the story all tied together. And so here's the other one, Birthright, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. This is my original copy from me playing. Great game. Yeah, this is where Corrin that you see in Smash Brothers. This is the games that he/she or they are from. I'm telling you, all I need is Awakening, and I'm good. I'm good. Fire Emblem Echo, Shadow of Valencia. This is essentially a remake of the second Fire Emblem Gaiden. Not like the chronological one, it's a spin-off, or side quest or whatever. Very good game, and this is the last 3DS Fire Emblem made, so a lot of cool mechanics, cool it's really different than the other ones that came out on 3DS, so it was really cool. Yeah, I really like this one. With Alm and Celica. And I really like on these, I really like having the sprite versions on the cart. Yeah, carts are great. I like them better than discs. And when all these gens go to no physical, it's really gonna suck. And I realized that I've been shaking the camera when I hit the table, so sorry. I'm getting used to the new setup. I bought some new stuff to hold everything. I hope everything's a little better on the quality side, but we'll see. That's too much. Okay, so let me go with the original first. Alright, so we got Bravely Default, one of my favorite RPGs on the 3DS and in general. Essentially like a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy 3 with the whole like job system. How they really expanded on that in Final Fantasy 3. It's kind of the same thing with being warriors of light, going and get crystals and stuff, and that expands your jobs. And all of them basically start with this basic class. Really loved it. Bravely Default. I beat this one, didn't beat the second one yet. This game is alright. It's weird though. It's kind of like a spin-off. Bravely Second End Layer. And like this is one I'm not even gonna spoil stuff, so let me just continue. So yeah, this is, does it have anything cool like the other one did? No? Okay. Alright, or maybe I lost it. That's also a possibility. Bravely Second End Layer. So on the Switch, we're about to get Bravely Default 2, and people are like, wait, isn't this 2? Now, this is really kind of just a spin-off, and it's using characters from the original, like a lot of them, so it kind of makes sense that it's, the 2 will be a brand new story, and it looks amazing. Don't let the Switch haters get you down. No, I think that shit looks amazing. And since we were just going over DS, 3DS, stuff like that, let me first go over my DS, 3DS loose cards. Some of them may be repeats of what you already saw while I was taking them out of the system. But here's Pokemon Moon. My man, Young Snow, one of my homies, he gave that to me for free. He got it in like when he was buying a system, and he didn't want it. And I was like, oh, dope, thank you very much. So I got like 2 3DS Pokemons from friends. When I on my original 3DS. The blue one, I was playing like X and Ruby. Ruby was one of the games I sold, and then X was digital. So I don't have that like account anymore, so that's gone. This game from Monolith Soft, one of the best Dragon Ball Z RPGs I've ever played. Basically, like some YouTubers have really recommended it, and that's how I learned about it. And this is such a fun game. One of the best RPGs from Bandai and Dragon Ball. That's from Monolith Soft. Alright. Anything else on the 3DS? Just taking a look. I just got all these games in like a pile, so I just wanted to get through this as easily as possible. Alright, so Dragon Quest IX. Great game. This was actually like a numeric Dragon Quest, but it's just on handheld. And it kind of makes sense because Dragon Quest is so big in Japan. Handhelds kind of goes hand in hand. And in this one, you create your own protagonist. It's a really cool game and has a lot of multiplayer elements. And I know that some hardcore fans have brought it back, so really cool as well. Alright. And then, let's have another Dragon Quest game. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. I love this game. I played this like crazy when it came out. I like Joker 2 as well. I got to rebuy that. And the third one was exclusive. I think there's like one exclusive on the 3DS and then a bunch of exclusive Dragon Quest Monster games on 3DS, which sucks. I really wish they came stateside, but I get it. Hey, maybe they could get like a remaster on the Switch. That'd be really cool. Really, really cool franchise with Joker. Kind of like a badass protagonist, which is kind of funny for like a game focused on kids, like hunting monsters and shit. Final Fantasy Tactics A2, you saw the case, but there's the game. And here's an R4 for basically DS and 3DS ROMs and stuff. As you can see, like I have a lot of these games, so like I also want to be able to just have them backed up and stuff too, just in case anything happens to them. Yeah, this was clutch back in the day, like no joke. What size is this? Man, I got like SD cards just everywhere. What size? Oh, 32 gigabytes. That's nice. There we go. Yeah, a bunch of games on there. Alright, now we're going to go to GBA games. Start with not a game. but it's still GBA, and it's loose. So, like one of those game video movies that you could get. I want to get a few of those. This came with like the Game Boy Advance, the pink one that I bought, but I'd rather get like Dragon Ball GT, like SpongeBob, some old Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network shows. Like I'd actually be pretty interested in collecting those and watching them on my backlit GBA. You feel me? All right. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Really cool RPG. The developers recently went under. But hey, Alpha Dream, like maybe they could go and start making more RPGs with Nintendo. Like that's always needed. Bring back Golden Sun, that'd be dope. I don't have Golden Sun yet. I still gotta rebuy that and like that and Lost Age, but very good games. Final Fantasy Tactics. I have all 3 of the Tactics games. Love them so much. I also gotta get like the RTS game that's basically based on FF12, like Revenant Wings. Yeah, I gotta cop that for the DS. And let's keep it on Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy 1 and 2 remakes on GBA. I really love these remakes. It makes it way more accessible for a dude born in 1996 to go back and play a lot of these games. And we got Final Fantasy 1 and 4. I'm sorry, this is 4. So we got 1, 2 on the DS. I got 3. So then we got 4 right there. I need to get 5 and 6. Definitely got to get that 6 on the GBA. One of the best old school Final Fantasies ever. 3 is still my favorite. Like chronological 3, not North American 3. We'll keep it on Square. Sword of Mana. Let's put it there for balancing. So yeah, that's a really cool action RPG. I really love Secret of Mana. 2 and 3. Really enjoyed playing Trials of Mana on the Switch when it finally got localized. That was huge. I had to double dip. I bought it digitally at first, and then when they came out with the physical, it was like, yo, I gotta get this because I've been waiting forever for this to actually get localized. Like I played that back on like a crappy old school like Windows PC, like back in the early 2000s with my family, because we all like Secret of Mana. What's next? Yeah, we'll do this. And then Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, kind of like really slept on. People really hate it. If you don't like the GBA version as much, because it is really limited on power and what it can deliver, because it's on this cart, you could play Chain of Memories on the PS4, on the PS2. Or PS3. Like, Kingdom Hearts is pretty much everywhere. And then another Square game, Dragon Quest Caravan Hearts. So this is a repro. And this is another Dragon Quest Monsters. Kind of a unique one using this caravan system. It's pretty cool. Never came to North America, but translated works great. And then in the chat, people are or on the Reddit, they're gonna be like, use the Easy Flash, but nah. Let's keep it on some repros before the end. Fire Emblem, The Last Promise. One of the best ROM hacks of a Fire Emblem game ever. Played this like crazy. I know like a person who kind of like chipped in on it, and my brother was heavily involved in the Fire Emblem like modding scene, like in the like 2010s, like yeah, like around that decade. So I just had to get this when I saw it was physical, and it's such a good game. Like Siegfried, so dope. Yeah, that's a really good game. And then this is Fire Emblem 6, and it's really cool to actually play it physically. Like, or I could just play the ROM of it, but I have it other places. I'd rather just have it on a cartridge. So when I want to play it, I can just pop that into the system. Then let's go into our 2 Atlas games. This is Reveria. It's kind of like some Norse mythology, like Celtic type stuff. I don't know too much about it. Yeah, I just picked it up because it seemed cool, and I haven't really played it too much. I thought the combat would be a little different. I think I meant to buy like Yggdrasil Union. That was the game I was trying to buy, and I confused the two, and I ended up with this. So maybe I just gotta play this more and give it a chance. And this is a great game. I think it's the most expensive GBA game I have. Tactics Ogre kind of goes hand in hand with Final Fantasy Tactics. Such a good game. Love it. Love the SRPGs in general. As you can tell, the channel's called SRPG Plus. Like I really think SRPGs are very slept on, and people should give it more of a chance. All right, so I'm just gonna move these over. I hope a lot of those are still on the picture. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's go over some of these Game Boy and one Game Boy Color game. So we got this is the international game I was talking about, and Advance Wars fans, this is actually Game Boy Wars, which is Famicom Wars. That's where the series started, and this is Game Boy Wars Turbo, the fourth game, which is really just a remaster / remake of the original and just speeded it up, and it was done by Hudson. Otherwise, it was done by RD Research and Development 1, which is essentially the developers of Advance Wars and Fire Emblem. What they would later become, or the people left of them. Another Dragon Quest Monsters game. I got a DS one, Game Boy Advance one, Game Boy one. These games as a kid, I like these more than Pokemon. These are so underrated. If you like Pokemon, you should check these out. And I feel like they're a better game, better story, like better experience than playing like Pokemon. Like all honesty, like Pokemon's kind of like brain dead. Unless it's like your favorite gen, yeah, go ahead and play the hell out of that. But like sometimes I feel like they shouldn't get all that hype. All right, so then we got Monster Rancher, Battle Card GBA. No, GB. I've been kind of interested in getting into sorry about that clunk. Getting into the Monster Ranchers series, and I felt this would be a cool way to do so. There's some other ones on the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy that I can also check out. Can't be a Game Boy collection without Tetris. Very good game. Speaks mild. Very fun. You can always just pick it up and play it. Pokemon. This is so light. Like, you can kind of hear that there's nothing in here compared to this. Like, you can kind of hear that there's something in there, and this is just like air. But 2 Pokemon games. Got Pokemon Green, because I didn't want to spend like a bunch of money on a Pokemon game I didn't want. So I was like, let me get Green, because it's kind of cool to have a copy of Green. It's a reproduction, of course. I could always like get the original Japanese version and then put the repro board in there. That'd be kind of cool. And then I would think about doing the same with that Fire Emblem. And then Silver. This is my favorite gen of Pokemon. That and like 4th gen on the DS. This was super cheap, came in great condition. $17 at GameStop. I just had to spend like 50 cents to change the battery, and that was my first soldering project. I posted that on the channel. It was really cool to do. I don't know if you can see the stamp like here, but it's there. Obviously with the sparkles, and then I checked the motherboard itself, and yeah, it's legit. And then last game, this came with my, last but not least, this came with my Game Boy Color. It took a while for me to figure out what was actually going on, but once I started getting to the races, very, very cool game done by Rare and Disney. Mickey's Racing Adventure, very fun races in this. So yeah, this is my collection of handhelds, like a bunch of box games, bunch of loose cards, tons of systems. I hope everyone enjoyed. I just kind of wanted to show my collection that I've been building up. A lot of this really started like a little bit before quarantine, and then now that it's quarantine, I really don't have too much else to do other than like mess around with these systems, modding them. That's been a really fun experience, learning what to do and how to do it. First, this is like my first cosmetic mod, like very cool. I just needed to pick one of these up because why not? This is the 1000, the fat OG. That's what I originally had as a kid. Yeah, so you guys seen all this already, but and let's end it with some Tetris. Oh, this one is so... It always has issues starting up. I got this like secondhand. Alright, so this is going to end the video. Thank you to everyone for watching. This is going to be pretty long. There's a lot of stuff to show. Yeah, I just got some new equipment for the channel and just wanted to try it out with a simple video that I could just do. Next video might be like a mod that I'm waiting for it to come. I'm going to change out my Game Boy Advance. I'm going to change the shell so the screen itself is less crooked because I really am annoyed. Well, not crooked, but it's off center. Like it's too far right. And yeah, I wish that it wasn't, but hey, that's the best I could do with my shaving of the shell and using the bracket or not using the bracket. So this will come like probably Monday or Tuesday, and then I'll put that into a Retro 6 shell, and that'll be a fun video to do on the channel. Just cosmetic.